turn them on. Turn on. You turn on your mics. I think we're ready. I'd like to call this meeting of the Planning Commission to order. It's Thursday, March 27th, 2025. And I've asked Member Wilson to offer an opening prayer. And after that, if you'd all rise with us and join us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, we bow our heads before thee once again. We're grateful for the opportunity we have to gather together as a planning commission with the public and discuss business in Morgan County. We invite your spirit to attend us this night and bring to our minds the pertinent issues and to be able to make good decisions for the citizens of the county. We're grateful for all we have, and we recognize that we have it because of you. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Attendance today in the audience. Thank you for coming. Next on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion? Motion by Member Bishop.
Second.
A second by Member Maloney. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Declaration of any conflicts of interest? Seeing none. Now's the time for public comment. We do have the one item on the agenda that has its own public hearing. So when we get to that, if you have a comment on the text amendment, you're welcome. We encourage you to speak to us at that time. If not, and you'd like to make a comment to the Planning Commission, now is your time to come forward. You come up to the lectern and please state your name for the record.
Kent Singleton. Good evening, honorable commissioners. My name is Kent Singleton. I own the property at 1100 Dope Road, Taggart, Utah 84050. Isn't that an interesting address for over 100 police reports after it was a historical and respectable gas station, campground, and store that President Roosevelt issued to my ancestors a land patent to settle. I want to begin by stating that I've done everything I can to work respectfully and by the book with this county. But I'm here tonight because I have been left completely in the dark, and that is not acceptable. Back in December of last year, I initiated a federal Because of this silence, I made a formal appeal to this commission, not only to find out status of my application, but also to ask a very simple question. Who is responsible for responding to property owners like me? That appeal has gone unanswered also. This isn't just about a fence. This is about due diligence, transparency, and property rights. Basic expectations that every landowner in this county deserves. Under Utah Code 17-27A-302, counties are required to process land use applications in a timely manner when submitted in accordance with established ordinances. I followed that process. Under the Utah Constitution and Administrative Procedure Act, I have the right to fair, responsive, and non-arbitrary process. And yet here I stand, having met with nothing but silence. When your own records admit that more people access the Weber River from my private property than anywhere else in 3 counties, Summit County, Morgan, Weber, and this county has repeatedly removed my fencing without responding to my legal permit application, it raises serious. I therefore respectfully request written documentation for this because of my floodplain fix application. He was assigned to respond to it, and why it continues to be ignored despite my lawful compliance. Specifics for what I need to provide to finalize my application and the fee structure thereto. I appreciate your time and urge you to take this matter seriously, for my sake and for the integrity of this process. Thank you. And then I've got some copies of this is going to Derek Brown, the Attorney General, Dan Burton, the Chief of Staff, Jordan Cullimore, the Property Rights Ombudsman, Tracy Harrison, the State Floodplain Program Manager, and Jana Wilkinson, Mayo, the Resilience Bureau Chief. And I have a copy of my speech.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to our agenda item. This will be a public hearing, a discussion and decision on a code text amendment for shopping center.
Good evening. A couple months ago, the county commission members that are over the planning department's portfolio met to discuss some holes in our code. Currently, our code restricts them. I've just put into words how the zoning administrator has been interpreting that. If you have questions about my text, it's relatively short. I'll just read it to you. I would define shopping center as commercial developments that include commercial subdivisions in their entirety, strip malls, strip developments, and any combination of multi-lot or multi-tenant developments. The intent of our sign code is to limit or restrict. Sorry. The intent of our code is to restrict visual clutter and to reduce the total number of signs that encumber the lots within our county. I believe that by defining shopping center, it will accomplish that, and it will provide clarification to how I've been interpreting the code already. If you have questions for staff, I'm willing to answer that, I suppose.
Is this, did you kind of copy paste the code, the language?
No, I wrote it.
Okay. Just curious, I mean, if it look at other definite.
Signs. I can't get it right tonight.
My only question, if you need the word retail in there for commercial retail developments, or
I would, we can add that as an additional qualifier, but I
For
think
shopping?
any commercial development or commercial subdivision would include the entirety of Canyon View Commercial, Canyon View Commercial West. I don't think the intent of the code was to provide every lot within those commercial subdivisions their own freestanding sign. And so I don't necessarily think you need to put in retail as long as it's commercially based and it's
but it says shopping, so a shopping center doesn't apply to another commercial subdivision that
well,
without retail.
I would disagree.
Okay.
a commercial subdivision in their entirety is a center to go shopping, either for whatever they have there for sale. So this is my recommendation.
Okay. No, that, I'm fine. I just,
If you want to change it,
No,
you
that-
can
that's fine.
add, modify. It doesn't matter to me.
I think to your point, Debbie, I'm thinking of the commercial center down in Mountain Green that they're developing right now.
Spaces? The flex spaces, is that
Yeah.
the one you're referring to?
Well, there's also storage stuff like there, and so I would only want one big sign out there
for the whole development.
for the whole development
Right.
for those people to have it. So retail, but I also understand your point about
Shopping.
I'm not really shopping. Can we just say commercial centers?
Well, our code says shopping centers. That's what it says in the sign code. So if you want to scratch out shopping and put commercial, and then we could define commercial centers as this, we could do that.
Not plussed one way or the other. So just to make it as clear as mud for us.
Yeah, I think we either need to define shopping centers or get rid of the word shopping and put commercial centers, and then put a definition for commercial center. Either one, it needs to happen, because it's through definitions that my job gets easier, and it can be defended.
Yeah, I'm fine either way.
We do have a decent amount in the county that are commercial centers that are like not shopping, whether that's storage units or, so
The industrial
maybe
park.
that would help encompass more of the county. I mean, I don't know
Well,
your opinion
that's-
on that.
That's the intent. So I would consider, if you're going to purchase or rent a storage center, I would consider that buying, shopping, right? You're shopping around for something.
It's a stretch.
I'm the zoning administrator, so that's my interpretation. But if you want to clarify it more, like you were saying, we can definitely change that.
Make it more broad. I don't know if that makes your job easier or harder, but it might define more in the county or encompass more, maybe.
I just think if we're going to use a term like shopping center in the sign code, it needs to be defined.
You say either take shopping center out of the sign code
Take shopping out, put commercial center, and then define, and then change this definition
To
be
commercial.
commercial center, and then it would include all of what's listed there.
I think that ultimately is a better solution.
Does the attorney have something to say?
I do. Josh and I have talked several times. I think eventually we just need to get a consultant to rewrite our code. And right now, I think it's easier to do these fixes. My concern is when we spot this, I don't know where else shopping center is in our code. And then that might affect another ordinance. So if this fixes this issue right now, I would leave it as Josh has drafted it, because we never know what hidden bombs might pop up somewhere else.
It'll snowball. I understand.
Okay.
So, we're fine. Any other comments? Okay. Seeing none, I'm ready for a motion then. Oh, public hearing.
Oh, yeah.
Motion to go into public hearing. Thank you. I have a motion by Member McMillan,
Second.
a second by Member Maloney. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're now in public hearing. Now is the time for the public to address the commission if they have any concerns with this text amendment. Okay, seeing none, ready for motion to go out.
So moved.
Motion by Member Bishop. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Member Maloney. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're out of public hearing. Now we're ready for a motion.
Madam Chair, I move we recommend approval to the County Commission of the Shopping Center Definition Code text amendment based on the findings listed in the I hate that word. Memorandum dated March 27th, 2025.
Okay, we have a motion by Member Maloney. Have a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Member Wilson. Any discussion on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Unanimous. Move on to business or staff questions.
we have a couple items tonight. Number one, this will be Debbie Sessions and Matthew
You mean it this
Bishop's
time.
last meeting.
Well, thank you. Okay,
If
thank
not,
you.
sorry.
Thank you. I should quit more often.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Just wanted to comment a little bit about the public comment. Staff is under no obligation to review an application that's incomplete, and it doesn't matter how many times you submit the application. If it's incomplete, it's still incomplete, no matter how many you create. On top of that, floodplain permit has specific submittal requirements, and he hasn't met that. So until he submits what I need to see, staff is not gonna review it. So,
Has there been communication with him?
more than you can possibly imagine over the past, since I got here, 3 years or more.
And to every department.
And
And to
Elon
me.
Musk, don't forget that. He included Doge in the last round of emails to me.
I probably spend an hour to 2 hours a week just on
Him.
him.
Yeah.
You would think that the time that he spent, he would take the time to complete the application.
You would think. Yeah, because if we have a complete application, then I'm obligated to review it and give you an answer. But without a complete application, I'm sorry.
So to prevent the kind of angst that you have to go through on a weekly, and I don't know how often you do, would it make sense just to sit with him and
No,
No.
not.
We
not
have.
yet.
you have, I mean, and walk him through and say, what's this, fill this out, fill this out?
Garrett and Janet have spent an obscene amount of time
Okay.
dealing with it. And this is, kind of a hidden tax on taxpayers because he's not paying a fee for the time that he's using me, my staff, Janet, Garrett, or anybody else that he calls or.
But it's not an official address.
No.
He put a mailbox there. We
But
also,
Chance knows it. He,
Growing up, there's a couple of roads like that with some.
there's also further other issues regarding that property, and I don't believe he understands where the property line truly is. So,
Yeah.
what he considers his property is actually public property.
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions to staff?
I don't have any.
Seeing none, approval of the March 13th minutes. A motion?
So moved.
Motion by member Bishop. Second?
Second.
Second by member Wilson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So moved.
Motion by member Wilson to adjourn and a second by member Bishop. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.